Hello.
Yeah, Soumya, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible. Please
Okay,
continue.
perfect. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I'm Muzzammil. I'm a senior counselor. I take care of UK admission process. So today I'll be briefing about UK process, the minimum requirement or the basic knowledge or the information which is required for us to guide the student. So, Soumya, I would request you if you could just change the slide. So this is my contact details. So this is my number. So I'm available on WhatsApp as well as on the calls all the time. So any queries, anything, uh, any information is required on urgent basis, can connect me over the call or you can send me any requirement on my WhatsApp number. Also, I have given my email ID, so you can just drop me your queries. So, Soumya, you can skip this. Yeah, so these are the things that I would like to brief about. So, these are the points. So, basically, here very important information that is required for us to know about UK process is one of the reason. One of the point why reason to study in UK and standardize exams, total cost of study, entry requirement, and of course the list of universities we have. So let's talk about why to study in UK. So UK, it's one of the popular destination nowadays. So reason being studying in UK or why the student prefers studying in UK, because of the quality of education, high ranking universities. So there are about 200 plus universities which are located in UK. So all of them are maximum universities. So few are institutes and B schools. So one of the reason why student prefer here is they get lot of options available. So wide range of universities are available where they find lot of specializations in all kind of domains, starting from business, technical, medical, engineering, aeronauticals related, all the kind of top notch and popular courses. All the universities are offering these kind of popular courses. So one reason, and second reason is uh, the duration of the courses are very short, not like other countries. Here we find maximum number of universities offering only 1 year master's courses and 3 years minimum undergrad courses. So any student who want to take up masters in UK will have to study 1 year course, followed by like also student have placement year where they can extend their course up to 2 years. So again, one of the reason why a student prefers to study. And also the entry requirements to apply for any course in UK in any university, requirements are very convenient enough. So one of another reason, any student who has just scored 50-55%, which I think I'll be covering in the next upcoming slide. So I'm just trying to add the point where we can understand the reason why students have to choose UK. And the other thing, the affordability is something that is very attracting in UK, because in very less cost student will finish their qualification academics in UK. So one more reason. And it's a country where we find a lot of Indian students. It's also, we can say that it's a hub for Indian student. So we find a lot of people from our own regions actually, and the kind of culture and the kind of people we meet there, I will get to learn a lot of things, and we learn many things. Not only we get to study, but we also get to know about each one of the countries and the people there who come for studying and doing jobs and all. So you can skip this, Soumya. Soumya, can you go to next slide? Next slide. Okay, so in UK, as I said, there are 200 plus two universities which are located. So every ranking, there are like we UK follow the QS ranking system. So where we can see every top 10, top 50, top 100, top 500, and up to the least up to 900 ranking. Every slab we can find UK universities who have marked their rankings, which is one of the best thing what I see, because student from international countries, they look for standard universities and of course the ranking universities. So it make our work easy to find universities as per rankings. So any student who want top 50, we can easily find 5 to 10 colleges from UK itself. Student want top 100 colleges, we can again easily find 10, 20 colleges only from UK. So it make very clear knowledge for us that we can easily find out universities according to the rankings of UK universities. Here, part times are allowed for international students up to 20 hours per week, and full times during weekend. And during vacations, also students are allowed to do part time job. Like it's not part time; it's full time. So it depends on students' convenience whether they want to come back to India during the vacation or they want to stay back there and do part time. So that's allowed for the students during vacations. Vacations are usually in the month of December and January. And during weekends, students are allowed to do full time. So on the overall week, it's 20 hours per week. So by this way, student can earn plenty of money where they can manage their living expenses. They are allowed to earn whatever amount, but it's maximum 2 hours. So on an average, as per the feedback from the student who are currently working in UK doing part time, they are earning around 10 pounds to 12 pounds per hour. That is on an average 20 to 24 pounds per 2 hours. So that's a good amount the students are earning. So in an month, students are earning around 50, 60,000. So easily they are managing their accommodation cost, which is the best part actually. So going to the next slide, Soumya, can you go to the next slide? Can you again skip this? Yeah. So the course duration in UK, as I said, that UG typically are 3 years and maximum 4 years, and masters are maximum 1 year. But students are allowed to do 2 hours also, 2 years also. So second year is basically we find maximum number of universities offering only the placement year, which we call as industrial placement. So student will be allowed to do internship. It's basically internship where students can do like some project work or any part of uh, the kind of work allowed to do for the student during the internships. They are allowed to do for 1 year, which will be like an added advantage for international students because that will help students to build up their profile, and it would definitely help them to have special attention paid from the employer during during the career or job fairs or job events. So it's very important for international student to have 1 year of internship or 1 year of full time work experience, because that will draw attention of an employer, and probably they would give first preference or first priority to those kind of profiles. So that's why having internship or doing internship or a placement year is always beneficial for international students. Otherwise, the common course duration in UK is 1 year only. Can you skip the Can you go to the next slide? So in this slide, I have already mentioned that part-times are usually for 20 hours per week. So students are allowed to do 2 hours per week, and during weekends they can do full time. And of course, on the vacation time, they are allowed to do full time. Next slide. Next. So basically, one of the important thing that we have to understand is we or the Indian students, they're going to a country where English is the major and first preferred language to be used in our daily life or during the study or during doing any kind of job there. So English is very important. So uh, to get admissions in any of the university or college in UK, student whoever applies need to have English proficiency results or exams with minimum requirement. So here in this slide, you can see that the minimum required score in IELTS, which is one of the English proficiency test. So the cutoff scores are minimum overall of 6 and individual 5.5. So this is one of the English proficiency requirement. We also have English proficiency tests like TOEFL, T, Duolingo. So every test has individual cutoff scores, so that we can see in the university websites all the time. So just for our basic understanding, the minimum requirement for IELTS, which is very common in UK, because all the colleges in UK accepts IELTS. In fact, in the entire world, many universities prefer having IELTS test. So this test scores will be used to apply for as many as colleges required by the student. Next, yeah, you can skip this. Next, so many students ask that they are not able to crack the scores because IELTS basically will have four components: reading, speaking, listening, and writing. Some students will not be able to crack the score or get the required score uh, required by the university. So the same university who ask for IELTS will also have an alternative requirement where the student don't have to provide IELTS sometimes. So basically they ask for waivers for IELTS or any English proficiency. So what kind of alternative is required by the university? We let's understand about it. So whoever are not able to take IELTS or doesn't want to give IELTS, they can have their English scores from 12th standard. So they have to be sure that they have scored minimum 70% just in English score from 12th standard are eligible to get IELTS or any kind of or any form of English proficiency exam. So this is one condition. Second condition is this the first condition is applicable for both UG and PG. So the second condition is medium of instruction certificate. This is only applicable for master's courses. Any student who cannot give IELTS or who do not have 70% scores in English from 12th standard are still allowed to or able to get waiver by getting a medium of instruction certificate from the college or from the university wherever the student have passed out can get a IELTS waiver from the college applying in UK. So this is only applicable for PG. Also, there is one more condition, that is that the student should have passed out MOI, undergrad at least 5 years ago, not more than that. Let's say in the year 2019 the student must have passed out the undergrad, and now in 2014 if student wants to apply can get IELTS waiver. Sometimes we come across profiles who would have passed out 6 years, 7 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago, and now they want to apply for masters. They are eligible to apply for admissions but not for the waiver. Hence, the profile is not eligible. So this is one condition, and sometimes universities in UK will only offer English proficiency test, where the student have to register themselves and attend a test, crack the test, and get eligible for waiver. So this is about study in UK without IELTS. Can we go to next slide? Basically, in UK, there are only two intakes. The major intake is September, where all the universities are open, all the colleges are open in UK, be it the top 10 or top 100 or top 500, 600, whatever colleges are there in UK, they're available and open for September. The next intake is Jan intake. So in Jan intake, maximum universities are open, but there are some universities who rank very high, like rank within top 50, top 100 in the world, will not operate Jan intake admissions. They only take September intake admissions. Someone who don't get admission in both September and January, we still have options in mid of the year, which is in summer. So we have it in March, April, and sometimes we also, UK also have options who give admission in the month of October or November. Can you go to next slide? So basically, people ask, what is the right time to apply? So I suggest if student want to apply in top 10 colleges or top 50 colleges in the world, the minimum required time is like at least 10 to 11 months prior to the main course start. Let's say student want to apply for a XYZ college which is which stands top 50 in the ranking in the overall world. So they're allowed. They're recommended to apply in the month of at least January the same year. Let's say now student wanted to apply in this year, they were advised to apply in the month of January this year. That's how they are able to get shortlisted by the universities with high chances of getting scholarship. So within this time, the student can appear for IELTS, prepare with documentation, prepare the personal statement, arrange documents from the colleges they have studied, arrange the letter of recommendation from the college, uh, prepare or go under a training for English proficiency exams. So within this time frame, they can prepare themselves for all the entry requirements. So once the student have all the documents information in place, they can start punching the application in the month of January, maybe in the last week of January. Can we go to next slide? So very important. So overall cost or the expenses for studying in UK for UG or PG, it depends on the university firstly, because the budget depends on the overall cost, like the tuition cost as well as the living expenses, along with the expenses for visas or any extra miscellaneous, such as student who have shortlisted XYZ college whose tuition fee is 20 lakhs and the college is located somewhere outside London city. So difference between London city and other cities, the living cost has differences actually. So let's talk about the tuition cost first. The minimum cost starts in UK with 10 lakhs and it goes up to 40-50 lakhs also. It depends on the ranking of the university. Likewise, if students have chosen to study in some university who is located outside London and the cost of the fee for that particular college is 20 lakhs and living cost in that particular city which is located outside London or somewhere near to London will cost around 10 lakhs, which is as per UKVI, which is as per UK visas and immigration rules. So the overall cost for the student is 30 lakhs. So the total cost of 30 lakhs can be shown in the account of father, mother, or student himself or herself, or in the form of education loan, or in the form of fixed deposit. So this 30 lakhs has to be shown to UK visas and immigration to get the visa. There is a second option, which is student fee is 20 lakhs and student university have asked to pay 50%. So student pays 10 lakhs. So now 10 lakhs balance fees plus 10 lakhs living expenses, the student have to show to UK visas and immigration to get the visa. So since the student is from an international country and allowed to do a part-time job, once the student gets the visa and student flies to UK, student get a chance to do part-time. Right from the first day, student can start saving money and manage the living expenses. Nowhere and nobody will ask the student whether the student is having the funds in the account or not to survive in UK. So at the same time, student will start saving the money and the student will not have to spend money which he or she would have bought from India, or the parents would have sponsored the student or got an education loan to sponsor their kids. They don't have to spend that and save that money. Rather, the student can manage doing the living expenses. My point here is that by doing part-time job, the student can save the living expenses of 10 lakhs and save up to 5 lakhs and manage the living of 1 year in just spending 5 lakh rupees. So in this way, the cost of study in UK becomes affordable to any student. So this is why this was also one of the reason why the student have to prefer studying in UK. The affordability was also one of the reason. Can we go to next slide? So this is the breakup you can see here in this slide. So basically I have tried to cover all the important things that I have also highlighted that less part-time earnings of up to 5 lakh 50,000. So the net cost will become 12 lakhs 23 out of 17 lakh 70,000. So that means almost 50% in the overall living expenses the student have saved. So on an average, within 10-12 lakhs, student can complete masters in an average college, which is very decent enough to study. So this way, student can save a lot of money and also save the. I mean, the student parents will also be less pressurized because of the education loan and the expenses. Can we go to next slide? So let's talk about entry requirement. So very important for postgraduate. So I'll keep it very simple. So just for easy understanding, any university who ranks between top 50 will require 60%. Below 50, uh, any university who ranks between 100 and above will require 60%. Any university ranks below 100, like somewhere 200, 300, or up to 500, will require 55% and above an undergrad. Any university ranks after 500 and goes up to 800, 52, 53% and 55% maximum would require with IELTS requirement of 6 overall, no bands less than 5.5. This is the minimum requirement for masters. Similarly, for undergrad, same requirement, no much changes. Only in the top-notch colleges whose rankings are between 100 to 150, they require 60-65% with IELTS 6 overall. So average colleges. So here there are three categories: top ranking, middle range, and the lower range ranking universities. So middle range and lower range ranking universities, whatever rankings they have, uh, they will require 55%. So my point here is up to 100 ranking, it becomes top notch, like high ranking universities. Any ranking below 100, that will be uh, that will be assumed as middle range and lower range university. So whose requirement will stop up to 55% and maybe above than that. IELTS for these two category universities will remain 6 overall, low bands less than 5.5. For top ranking universities, it becomes 6.5 and low bands less than 6. So this is the minimum requirement for masters. Going to the next slide, almost the same. So only the entry requirement percentage, GPA, CGPA increases depending on the ranking of the university. Suppose the ranking of the university ranges between 1 to 100, requirement goes like 65 to 70, and below than that 55 to 60, and IELTS no band less than 6 overall, and individually 5.5. And conditions apply for IELTS waiver. So we can get in touch with universities requesting for a waiver, and we will understand what exactly they require. Going to next slide. So I have specially made few slides where we can just see what all universities are available who offers IELTS waiver or who have very low scores, excuse me, who have very low scores in IELTS, or who have good scores in their 12th English, can easily get admissions within the universities, where you can just refer this sheet. Going to next slide, we'll find all the ranking universities, low ranking, all the kind of universities we have tie up with or we are exclusively working with. So that's it from my side. So any questions, I would request all of you to get in touch with me. I had my contact number in my slide and of course in this last slide. So I'll be available on WhatsApp or on the call anytime, or if any assessment is required on any kind of profile, please feel free to connect with me or drop me a message on WhatsApp, or can also send an email. Thank you so much for all of you for having this opportunity for me to brief about UK session today. Thanks a lot and have a good day. Thank you.
So much, sir. Now we have an upcoming session for Dubai.
Soumya,
Yes, sir.
do I have to talk about Ireland as well?
Yes, if you can please continue.
I don't have a presentation, but I'll try to cover up the important things if it's fine.
Okay, sure, sir. Take your time.
Yeah. So basically, I also take care of Ireland process. So in Ireland, most of us know uh, that Ireland used to be like part of UK earlier, and after the separation, it became a Republican country of Ireland. So we see most of the uh, things when it comes to academics, the education in Ireland, it matches with UK's process or the accreditations, be it the quality of education. It mostly looks like UK. In most of the other things also, like entry requirement, uh, the English language requirement, accreditations. Likewise, there are many other things which almost matches the UK qualification or academics. So Ireland have no much difference than UK, but there are few important thing that we have to understand in Ireland's process is something which is very crucial for us to know before we counsel the student for Ireland. Very important things such as waiver, admission requirement are slightly different but not much different. If we understand those slight differences, it makes our work easy, and then probably it will help us to make our students understand about the entry requirement or the overall process of admissions and the visas and the requirement for visas, everything. So talking about the colleges, universities, like UK has huge number of universities and only universities, but Ireland, they have universities but limited, and then they have institutes, they have B schools also at the same time. The difference between UK and Ireland is we find huge number of options available, but here in Ireland the options are limited, but they are equally highly ranked and one of the standard universities and the colleges in Ireland. The other differences are the universities we find, or almost all of them are highly ranked universities, and they have maintained very good standard. Their quality of education is good. The feedback or the kind of experience the student have gone under those universities are very good. Their entry requirements are high, and of course because their rankings are high, so they don't compromise with the quality of process they follow before taking the admissions. They don't entertain huge crowd inside the classroom. They have limited students available, where each individual will get special attention from the faculty, where they get uh, equal opportunity to understand each and every module and go in depth about learning the particular subject, both in practical and theory method. So this way, student getting qualification in UK or in Ireland has differences, because the kind of teaching given in Ireland universities are way much better than UK universities. But I say that high rank universities in UK will definitely have good quality of teaching. But when compared to normal colleges and the universities in Ireland, we have got very good feedback from the students who are studying in Ireland that the teachings are very good compared to UK as a country. So other than this, the entry requirement for Ireland, it's bit high compared to UK or any other country. Earlier we saw that the minimum requirement was 55, but here the minimum requirement start itself is from 60, and it goes on. And very important, there is no waiver for IELTS, because IELTS has become an important requirement for visa itself. So in this way, waiver is not allowed in Ireland. So Ireland have IELTS, PT, TOEFL acceptance. Along the side, they give more importance to Duolingo as well. The cutoff score for all English proficiencies are 6, overall no bands less than 5.5. Duolingo overall 110, no bands less than 90. And minimum requirement to apply in Ireland universities is 60, no bands less. 60 overall if applying for PG. If applying for UG, 65 is required. This requirement is for universities. Suppose student want to apply in tech schools or B schools, institutes, colleges like this, they can apply for admissions with 55%. Student, let's say student have scored 55%. They're allowed to apply in institutes or B schools where all the courses are available. Let's say in business schools, we pretend to understand that Basically, B schools are the only schools who will operate the business courses. But here in Ireland, it's not like that. We have some business schools there who operates all the kind of courses, technical, medical, and of course business courses. So there is no end for the courses. I mean, we can find n number of courses with n number of specializations, which is one of the advantage. The tuition cost starts here in Ireland itself is 10,000 euros, and it goes up to 40,000 euros. So other than this, IELTS requirement is 6 overall, no bands less than 5.5, and Duolingo 100 overall, no bands less than 85. In some institutes and in some B schools, this is the minimum requirement starting. And very important here is the visas are not as easy as UK, and the requirements are very high. Basically, student need. Uh, I will cover up the visa thing later, but I still want to add few more points. Like as I said that there is no waiver option available in Ireland. Student need to have IELTS, PT, TOEFL, or Duolingo. Secondly, no gap is accepted. Maximum gap is accepted for PG, but no gap accepted for UG. No backlogs. Very important, no backlogs is accepted, because if there is any backlog, there is like nil chances, slim chances of getting admissions. Almost not possible kind of chances. So we always have to be careful before taking any profile. Student need not have student need not have any backlogs and then apply, so that increases the chances of admissions. Secondly, repeating. If any student uh, uh, have repeated or uh, went under a supplementary exams in 12th standard, they are allowed to apply basically. So with very good grades, they are allowed to apply for undergrad courses. There is no application for fee in institutes and B schools, but there are applications fees for top universities. So there we have around 7 to 8 universities in Ireland. Almost all of them have application fee, starting from 35 euros and it goes up to 90 euros. So now Ireland visas are very okay, but there are again some similarities. So here in Ireland, the minimum requirement to apply for visas are student need to have 6 months of statement available, need to apply for medical test, and need to give the explanation for all the kind of funds showing for the Ireland visas. So visa offices with the whole explanation in the sense student whatever funds the student is showing to Ireland visa offices need to have a justification. For example, student would have paid 10 lakhs to the college in the form of tuition fee, and would have paid from the student account or parents account, but do not know from where the money have come. So this kind of funds are not allowed in Ireland. They straightly reject the profile. Likewise, in UK, students are allowed to show whatever funds they have. Just that the uh, amount which is being held in the account should be older than for 1 month, maybe more than that. If that is there, the visa success ratio is 100%. But here in Ireland, proof is required. Explanation is required for funds shown to the UK visa offices. So this is very crucial. We have to inform the student upfront, because here the Ireland visa offices will track the overall record of 6 months, in the last 6 months, what all transactions have happened in the visas, in the statements basically. They will understand each and every statement. So any bulk transactions happen, student is supposed to give the explanation for that. So this is the reason why I said that Ireland visas are difficult and different than UK visas. So apart from this, student have to show ITR of 3 years, where in UK it is not required, and student have to get police clearance certificate before filing the visa, which is not there again in UK. So these are the differences in visas compared to UK and Ireland. But rest all it's same, like getting medical test report, submitting visa application in VFS center, having online submission as well, and the visa cost is almost same. So there are few similarities, but the very important requirements are different, such as financials. So this is the basic and general information about Ireland. So any queries, questions? I think most of you have my number. Please get in touch with me to discuss more about Ireland's process. I thank you once again for giving me an opportunity to brief about both the destinations. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, sir. Now again we have Mr. Praveen, and he will be guiding us about the MBBS programs. Please wait for 2 or 3 minutes. He will be joining soon.